Okay, I don't see this every day.
Of all the bee removal jobs, the vast majority I do are out of brick veneer homes. Now, brick veneer homes offer a perfect nesting site for bees. There's a few reasons behind that. One, between the brick, the inside of the brick, and the drywall or plasterboard is a space of around about 6 inches, and it provides a really great volume of space for the bees to build a nest. Two, the brick offers quite good insulation, so it's not dissimilar to that of a tree trunk, for example. So that's going to be quite attractive to the bees. But the one thing that we know that bees really like when they're choosing a new home site is a small, defendable hole. Now, brick veneer homes have things called weep holes. They're little gaps between the bricks, and they do have a job, a really important job, which is to prevent moisture building up inside the wall of these homes. They let moisture out, they prevent mold building up, but the other thing they do is they let bees in. And of all the brick veneer houses I remove bees from, the vast majority of those are bees entering through the weep hole. Today is no different. Bees going through a weep hole quite high on the wall, sort of around the first and second level of the house, but they're getting into a pretty unusual spot. It's going to be a bit more of a challenge today. So let's go in, we'll get the infrared camera out and have a look at what's going on.
Okay, I don't see this every day. This is a bathtub. We've got bees entering through the outside wall, and they've actually ended up in underneath the bathtub, which is potentially a really big problem because we've got a brick wall on that side, and quite often we've got another brick wall on that side. But I think I can come through the wall on the other side because it's plaster and access the bees that way. Okay, this is the other side of the bathroom wall, just in here. And we have a look through with infrared. We've got a big hot spot in the wall just here. Top of the bathtub must be about here. It's probably a stud just here. So I'm going to cut out a hole right here. See if we can get through to the bees from this side. Come on. Beautiful. Probably not as difficult as I thought it would be. Look at that fresh comb though. So I was told it's only been here a few weeks, and looking at the colour of the comb, I'd tend to agree with that.
You might be wondering why the honeycomb in this nest is such a bright white colour. Well, when bees first produce wax, it comes out as tiny platelets from glands under their abdomen, and it's almost pure white. Over time, that wax changes colour. The main reason is staining. As bees walk over the comb and bring in pollen and propolis from outside, their tiny feet gradually darken the wax. That familiar yellow tint we associate with beeswax, that's mostly from pollen. But there's another thing that darkens the comb: brood. When a queen lays an egg in a cell and it hatches, the larva spins a coffee-coloured cocoon. That cocoon sticks to the inside of the cell and isn't removed. So as the queen continues to reuse the same cell, layer upon layer of cocoon builds up and the cell gets darker with each generation. Eventually it can go almost black. But what we're seeing here is brand new comb, pure pearly white. That indicates it was built very recently, likely within the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's incredibly delicate, so it needs to be handled with care, but what an incredible structure to see up close.
So what I'm going to do is cut out all this comb
piece by piece. As I'm looking for the queen, I'm vacuuming up some bees, and then I'm going to carry each piece of comb down out into the garage where I can frame it up and put it into a beehive box. Quite heavy, full of honey and nectar. Today I'm using our custom bee vacuum. It's a specialised piece of equipment designed to ensure the safe relocation of bees. It gently captures bees into a modified beehive box, causing no harm. See how far back the combs go, right back into that cavity. It's going to make finding the queen a real challenge. Anyway, we're up for it. Once I've cut out all of the brood comb and reassembled it inside a new beehive box, I'll connect our Beevac to that box and reintegrate all of the bees with the brood and the queen, provided I can find and cage her. It must be said that using a regular vacuum cleaner is fatal to bees, so don't think you can just drag out the hoover to get this job done. So just around the corner here is one last big piece of brood comb. Kind of had a sense that the queen is in that section the whole time, and that's what I've been banking on. I've got a few bits of like honeycomb to remove before I can get around the corner and grab it out. But let's hope the queen's in there. There she is. There she is. Woo! Just crawl up onto the comb there, Rob. Alright. That's exactly where she was. There she is. Wow. Success. Perfect. There's our queen. And that brings us to the end of another chapter. The swarm is saved, the queen secured, and the hive lives to fly another day. This is Hinterland Bees. Thanks for watching.